English O Level Prep 2 Unit 14 Structure. Part A for rules and necessary things. للالتزام بالقواعد أو الضرورة we use have to or has to plus infinitive. Affirmative. Affirmative means في حالة الإثبات. Number 1. When we have I, we, you, they, or a plural noun يعني اسم جمع as a subject كفاعل at the very beginning of the sentence في بداية الجملة we use have to plus infinitive. And infinitive means مصدر الفعل. مصدر الفعل means the verb without any addition or change. الفعل بدون أي تغيير أو إضافة. For example, we have to go to school 5 days a week. Here we do not have the choice. It is a school rule. So to follow these rules لنتبع هذه القواعد we use have to. We don't have the choice. And here we use have to because the subject الفاعل is we. And after have to we use go. It is an infinitive. For example, I cannot say we have to going. It's wrong. We have to goes. It's wrong. We have to went. It's wrong. So after have to we use the infinitive المصدر. Now number 2. He, she, it and singular noun. When the subject is he, she, it or a singular noun يعني اسم مفرد we don't use have to. Here we use has to plus infinitive. For example, he has to go to school on time. He has to, not have to. And after has to also we have an infinitive. We cannot say has to went. It's wrong. We cannot say has to going. It's wrong. We cannot say has to gone. It's wrong. After has to and have to we use infinitive. It means مصدر الفعل. And here when we say he has to go to school on time, it is a school rule again. He doesn't have the choice. Now part C. Yes, no questions. الأسئلة التي بمعنى هل. We call it yes no question أو بنسميها yes no questions because when you answer you have to say yes or no. And any question starts with a helping verb or a verb in general. We call it yes no question. أي سؤال يبدأ بverb يعني فعل يسمى yes no question because it means هل. Let's start. Number 1. When you have I, we, you, they, or a plural noun, you start with do. And after the subject, بعد الفاعل, you use have to plus infinitive. So, to make this question, you start with do, and then the subject, and plus have to plus the infinitive. Let's discuss this example. Do you have to get up at 7 o'clock? Here it is called a yes no question. Why? Because it starts with a verb which is do. هنا يسمى yes no question because the verb starts with a verb لأن السؤال بدأ بفعل do. After do we have you, and here we use do because the subject is you, لأن الفعل هنا you. So we start with the helping verb do. الفعل المساعد هو do. Then the subject is you. Part 3 أو الجزء الثالث will be have to. And after have to we have the fourth part أو الجزء الرابع get. It is the infinitive. To sum up, helping verb, subject, have to, infinitive. And now, when you answer, you say yes or no. And when you have a helping verb or a yes-no question, it's better to make a short answer. For example, yes I do, no I don't. من الأفضل في هذه الحالة أن تجيب بإجابة مختصرة. Number 2. When the subject is he, she, it, or a singular noun, we do not use do. We start with does. بنبدأ بdoes. And after the subject, بعد الفاعل, we use have to plus infinitive. But here, again, I say take care. Some students think that if you use he, she, it, or a singular noun, you use has to. This is wrong. هنا هيكون خطأ استخدامك لhas to. Why? Because you start with does. لما نكون بدأنا does, so after the subject, you don't use has to, you use have to. And after have to, you use the infinitive. Let's take this example. Does she have to eat breakfast? Here we start with does بمعنى هل هي كان لازم تتناول الإفطار. We start with does because the subject is she. That's number 1. And number 2, after she we have to, not has to. Why? As we said before, زي ما قلنا قبل كده, because the question starts with does. السؤال هنا بادئ ب does. So after the subject you have to, not has to. And after have to we use the infinitive, which is eat. So to make the question, you start with the helping verb, الفعل المساعد, does, plus she, it is the subject, هذا هو الفاعل. 3. Have to. 4. Eat, the infinitive. And of course it's better to answer using a short answer. من الأفضل أن نستخدم إجابة مختصرة. You can say yes she does or no she doesn't. Part D. WH questions أو الأسئلة التي تبدأ بكلمات استفهام. Number 1. We start with the question word. نبدأ بكلمة الاستفهام plus do plus I, we, you, they, or a plural noun. So when you have the subject I, we, you, they, or a plural noun, لما يكون الفاعل I, we, you, they, or a plural noun, you use the question word and do. And after the subject, بعد الفاعل, we use have to plus infinitive. Let's take this example. When do we have to finish our homework? When here is the question word, أداة الاستفهام. Do is the helping verb, الفعل المساعد. We is the subject, الفاعل. Have to and then finish, which is the main verb. Finish هنا هي الفعل الأساسي. Number 2. Question word plus does, not do, plus he, she, it, or a singular noun. So when the subject is he, she, it, or a singular noun, لما يكون الفاعل مفرد, we don't use do, we use does. And after the subject بعد الفاعل we use have to plus infinitive. Here is an example. Why does she have to go now? لماذا عليها أو هي مضطرة أن تغادر الآن؟ Here why is the question word أداة الاستفهام. And after why we have the helping verb which is does. And after does we have the subject الفاعل she. And after she we have to and go infinitive. And here we have an exercise. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C or D. Number 1. You space use a pen to write the exam. Don't use a pencil. Think about the answer. 2. When does she space do her homework? When here means matter. 3. It is cloudy today. Cloudy الجو غائم. So لذلك we space take our sunglasses. Sunglasses means نظارات الشمس. 4. She space do the washing up every day. Do the washing up means تقوم بغسل الأطباق. 5. You space get up early on holidays. 6. Does he space get up early? 7. Sally space be careful when she crosses the street. Now we'll move to the answers. Here we have the answers. Number 1. You have to use a pen to write the exam. Don't use a pencil. Because here the subject is you and it's affirmative. الفاعل you والجملة في الإثبات. 2. When does she have to do her homework? Why have to? Because we have does. عندي does, so we use have to, not has to. 3. Because it's cloudy today, so we don't have to. ليس من الضروري to take our sunglasses. 4. She has to do the washing up every day. It is affirmative, الجملة في الإثبات, and the subject is she والفاعل she, singular, مفرد. So we use has to. 5. You space get up early on holidays. You have to say you don't have to get up early on holidays. في أيام الأجازات لست مضطرا أن تستيقظ مبكرا. Number 6. Does he have to, not has to. Why? Because we started the question لأن احنا هنا بدأنا السؤال does. Does he have to get up early? 7. Sally has to be careful when she crosses the street. Because Sally equals she. Sally هنا مفرد equals she. Sally has to. And now, here is another exercise. Read and correct the underlined words. اقرأ وصحح ما تحته خط. Number 1. She doesn't has to go to school on holidays. 2. Mona have to put books on the desk. Mona. 3. We not have to go to school on Fridays. Should we say not have to? 4. They don't have to getting up early. It's a holiday. أجازة. 5. My father has to give me more money. I have enough money to buy my needs. My father has to give me more money. To give me more money يعطيني مال أكثر. I have enough money. معي مال يكفي. To buy my needs. لأشتري احتياجاتي. 6. What does your brother has to do? 7. Does Soha has to wear a school uniform? 8. What do he have to do every morning? 9. Who has to doing the washing up every day? Should we write doing? Think about the answers and we will check together. And here we have the answers. Number 1. She doesn't has to go to school. It's wrong. After doesn't we need the infinitive. بعد doesn't نحتاج مصدر الفعل. So we have to say she doesn't have to go. 2. Mona have to put books on the desk. Mona equals she. Mona بتساوي she مفرد. So we have to say Mona has to put books on the desk. 3. We not have to go to school on Fridays. Wrong. We should say we don't have to, because the subject here we, الفاعل we. 4. They don't have to getting up early. Wrong. We have to say they don't have to get up early. After don't have to we use infinitive. بعد don't have to بنحتاج مصدر الفعل. 5. My father has to give me more money. Here we have to understand the meaning. لازم نفهم معنى الجملة. As I have enough money to buy my needs. طالما عندي ما يكفيني لشراء حاجتي. So my father doesn't have to give me more money. And again I say doesn't have, not doesn't has. 6. What does your brother has to do? Here in this question we have does, so we have to say have to do. With does we need the infinitive. عندي does في question, so I need the infinitive have to. 7. Does Soha has? Here the question starts with does. السؤال بادئ does. So after Soha we have to say have to. 8. What do he have to do? Here the subject الفاعل he. So we don't say do. We have to say does. 9. Who has to doing the washing up every day? After has to and have to we need an infinitive. بعد have to و has to يجي مصدر الفعل. So I have to say who has to do the washing up, not doing.